have to talk about all the news that came out. So we're gonna break down all the brand new information that we got for Ninjago Dragons Rising, uh, season 3, pretty much. So take this as you will. This is everything that was sort of shown off at Comic Con. So firstly, part two news. Um, the release date of September 4th has apparently been postponed to October. I just want to quickly do something. Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2, Part 2, release date. It came out October 3rd. So, if we look at the timeline, when October 3rd is this year, October 3rd is a Friday. I would be happy if it comes out the 2nd, pretty much. Hopefully it's something like that, but back into like the news side of things. Hopefully that is the case, because to be honest, a lot of us are just excited for it. There was obviously the whole tease at Comic Con of what's it called? Kai and Wildfire's story. We'll get into that a bit later on, but we're going to talk about more bigger news. So this is apparently the teaser for season 4. Now what you can see in this photo is a couple of things old, and we'll talk about the new stuff. Okay, that's as much as I can zoom in. Okay, firstly, let's talk about the parts that are on the Ninja Wrap itself. Starting off with the ZX armor piece, which was used obviously when we're taking a look at Lloyd as we're looking at it. So the armor piece is from the ZX suits. Pretty much possessed. Or like if we're talking about gold, he was on his ZX suit. Uh, no, his kimono suit. He's not tournament robes, but he's techno robes as well. You can sort of see that mask piece to be a half mask, but also going downwards to where his arm would be. Sort of gives me the same vibes as the Dragon's Rising sort of suits with that armor piece there. Pretty cool. Having a ninja wrap doesn't look so much like the Legacy slash Core ninja masks, but there is that light green which is there. These parts here mainly do look like the dragon stuff we see on the Elite Ninja suits for Season 4. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a combination of what they're trying to plan to make a unique suit, because we also have Lloyd's hair sticking out here, which more looks like a, not legacy, but more like looks like the original hairpiece. Sorry. Then we have the gold from the ZX armor trying to go upwards, so it comes outwards. Looks really cool. I think they're just trying to experiment or show off each sort of era of Ninjago. Don't know why they would have to do that, but it is an interesting look into what the future holds. Okay, so let's get into this. Season 4 was obviously announced, exploring more lands slash realms, and the push the ninja into emotional places. Legends will continue into 2026 as well. There's more obviously spoken a bit about that. This comic will be coming out in February 2026. There is an official release date. They were asked about what their thought process was about new elemental powers, mix things up because of the merge. Writers wanted to be unstable. There's more to that, of course, but there is more to the merge. Now, apparently, Zark is a part of the realms, a part of the Wolf War characters that Noct and Rox are a part of, which I found a bit weird slash interesting. um, Bringing back past villains, no answer, but yes, keep watching the show. Interesting. I can't wait to see who's that. Is there going to be a new storyline with anything? Dareth, anything's possible. Lloyd's new suit, pretty much. Chima is canon, not Nexo Knights, which we already know that. someone asked why the red was in the Spinjitzu. Doc White, pretty much the whole interview, they said, keep paying attention. Gaimon Mistako will not return in the near future. Or that is not what I got from it, but we will apparently see them, but not for a long while. A Legends short series focusing on Jay is possible. I'm hoping they do it. Doc White himself said he worked at the administration, which I found really cool. Are we ever going to learn about Wildfire's parents? I'm going to quickly cut the story short here on what Doc White says. They say that her story isn't key to the plot they're trying to tell. And he actually goes in depth into this question, which I appreciate. I want to do a video on it because it's sort of he doesn't just justice outright in the comment that he makes about it, but when you think about it, it makes sense because he was talking about how he's known people that have been adopted, and he has this close friend that he knows that, unlike the rest that went to go journey out to find them, it's a different sort of story for him. He's contained in who he is and where he's at. That's cool. And I think that tells a bit of a better storyline than what you would want from a character like Wildfire, who's hot-headed, who believes her parents are dragons, and her caretaker butt. At the same time, this compares to Jay's story in Season 6, where he was emotionally invested in a wish that took him somewhere, but took him to more dangerous paths than he would want. And luckily, he was able to fix it, but still, doesn't really help. Duckbricks was obviously there. Time passes differently in the merged lands. We will hear the Weekend Whip again next year for the 50th anniversary. That there will be a young team, sort of like the Young Avengers in Season 4, with Fraxor and Aaron and Wildfire going on a separate mission. And if you do want, I will link this down below, because I watched it here too. Duckbricks pretty much breaks everything down, or has the whole panel, including the Kai and Wildfire scene, which is canon, but the two of them outlive a couple of things, like the Green Ninja thing and Wildfire pretty much doing Spinjitzu. But still, what is this Comic-Con lacking? Not really. Doc Wyatt, they show off the Season 3 Part 2 trailer there. My thing that I find here is quite simple. I think after what happened last year, they knew something would or could happen, so they didn't want to throw out too much, which, in my opinion, I respect that. But, however, I think with the Season 3 Part 2 leak, like a week later, the issue really lied in not showing it off at all. And I think that's just the main thing. You can't show everything off that you don't want to show, and it is hard to just say or write something that you can't. Now, people are excited for episodes 19 and 20, of course, but at the same time, what you going to do about it, realistically? Another thing that I found interesting, I want to quickly comment on, is Doc Wyatt did not know what happened to Jay's earpiece at all. Someone asked in the questions, what was the design choice? Was it to make him look like he's past villains? And the answer you get is surprisingly good. It was realistically a no. They weren't aware. They were hoping they would get Jay's hairpiece pretty much the same. So it begs the question, why do the designers do things? It's not like we're going to get the hairpiece back. So, anyhow, it is late. real late. I wanted to cover all of Ninjago Season 3 news. I am sad that the updates, the season is kind of coming out later this year in October again. But I am excited. They didn't give us too much to reveal. Apparently, there is a Roblox game as well. But in the comments, let me know your thoughts about the Season 4, Season 3 Part 2 news, and a bit about that whole Kai and Wildfire thing. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Peace out, guys.